So today has been alternately one of the worst and one of the best days. In case you didn't know, I live near Dallas, but I go to school at Texas A&M, which is in College Station. So like a year ago, whenever I was thinking about getting tickets to the One Direction concert, I didn't know if I should get the Dallas or the Houston area one, but I decided to get Dallas, and then I ended up staying in College Station for the summer to work. But it's okay, because I was like, I'll just ask off for work that day and I'll just drive down there, like it's not too far. I got the tickets like a year ago. I asked off for work, and then I've been like looking forward to it for a really long time. I even made this t-shirt, which didn't turn out as well as I would have liked, but I mean, you know, it was my first homemade t-shirt, sort of. And then it comes to the day, and I've, made all these plans of how I'm gonna get there like an hour early. I didn't dress up really nice or anything, but like, I had made this t-shirt and I had taken a shower the night before so that I would be clean. So then earlier this afternoon, it's actually yesterday because it's like 3 in the morning right now, but I'll just keep acting like it's the same day. Earlier this afternoon, I went to go run an errand before I was gonna leave. So I was planning on leaving at like 2 o'clock. So I could have plenty of time to drive down, and I'd have plenty of time once I was there to like find the parking place and everything, and I just, chill in my seat for a while and everything. That was fine. So I go to run my errand, and I'm on the way back, and I noticed that the coolant light is on. So I'm like, I don't really know what this is, so I decided to pull over and turn off the car. And like right about the time where I pulled over and turned off the car, steam started coming out from under the hood. So I turned off the car. I'm like, I have no idea what to do, so I consult the car manual. That's what it's for, right? So I'm looking in the manual, and it says if it's steaming, you should not pop the hood because you could get burned by the steam. So I'm like, okay. I kind of waited till it stopped steaming. I was like, I don't know what to do. And I had forgotten my cell phone also, so I couldn't even call anybody to ask for help. So I decided I would just walk down the road until I found a car shop. So it took me maybe 15 or 20 minutes to get to the car shop. And so when I got there, and the guy says, you should pop the hood and let the airflow like cool off the car. And I was thinking, well, the manual told me not to do that because I might get burned, but sure, whatever. So then I walked back to my car and I popped the hood and I looked at it. I looked in the little tank or whatever that holds the coolant fluid, and it was like completely empty. So I was kind of scared to drive the car with no coolant in there. So I went to the HEB, which was luckily pretty close to where I had pulled over, and I bought some coolant and some water. I poured it in there. I got the car to the car shop. And then they were all like, oh, we'll do this diagnostic, and it could take anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour and a half depending on how far we have to go in the thing. And so I was like, okay, that's cool, I'll wait here for a little bit. And then I'm sitting there for like an hour, and I keep looking out the window, and my car is still sitting there in the parking lot, and they haven't even started it yet. So I'm just sitting here wondering, like, how long is this gonna take? But the whole time I'm still naively thinking, oh, maybe it won't take that long to fix, and I can still make it to the concert. Like, I won't be as early as I wanted, but like at minimum I probably need to leave by like 4 o'clock, but there's still a couple of hours to fix the car in, so that should be alright. So then finally, after I've been waiting all this time, at least an hour, and finally they're like, oh, we did the diagnostic and you have a leak in your thing, whatever, and this is the part that you need. But altogether it was gonna be like $600. And then I was like, well, how long will it take to fix it? And they're like, oh, we could have it done by 7. I was like, 7? It's like several hours from now, and the concert is at 7:30. So I would definitely not make it on time. And so I was like, well, I mean, does it need to be fixed right away? Can I drive it without getting it fixed and then get it fixed like tomorrow or something? They were like, oh no, the car could be damaged really bad if you drive it any longer, because if it overheats or whatever, which I guess makes sense. But I was thinking, I can just like keep refilling the fluid until I need to get it fixed, but apparently that wouldn't work. So I like have a complete meltdown because I'm like, I spent kind of a lot of money buying the ticket, and I spent all this time preparing for going to the concert and like, you know, dreaming about and just looking forward to the concert, and now you're telling me I'm not gonna get to go. So I'm just like, I start crying, I start like having a panic attack, and I just like don't know what to do. So then, you know, they started working on the car or whatever, but I was like, I'm going to walk home because I don't want to sit here for hours and hours. And I was also kind of thinking in the back of my mind, like, maybe there's another way that I can get to Dallas today, still in time for the concert. And at this time, I'm still thinking it's like, you know, maybe a little bit before 4 o'clock. So I start walking back to the house. And right as I get back to the house, after, you know, several minutes of walking, I realized that they took my keys to work on the car, and I foolishly just gave them the entire key ring, and I didn't just give them the car key. So I can't get into the house because I don't have my house key. So I just, you know, I'm still kind of having a panic attack, and I just like do even worse, and I'm like sobbing. And so but there's the neighbor, he's there, and he happens to be outside in the midst of my panic attack, and so he's like, oh, are you okay? Like, do you need me to call a locksmith? I was like, no, just walk back to the place. So I start going back to the car shop. And keep in mind, you know, it's Texas, so it's like 110 degrees outside right now, and I'm just like, I'm already sunburned and I'm feeling terrible. I hadn't had anything to eat, and the only thing I had to drink is like a couple swallows of water. So I'm just feeling really ill at this point. So I start, but I wanted to get back to the car shop quicker, so I started running.